Hello, welcome to the gojenn podcast, episode 41 and episode 18 of my planner flips. This isn't going to be a very long video. I don't have a whole lot to show you, but I will have the flip through of my faux Midori, faux Hobonichi Traveler's Notebook in just a little bit. And I will possibly have some stash enhancement. I don't really know where it may have come from. Halloween presents? The Great Pumpkin left it. There we go. Well, I'm going to stick with that, okay? That's good. The Great Pumpkin. Thanks for joining me today. I'm glad you decided to spend just a few minutes with me today. I hope you're comfy, got you something to drink. Are you gearing up for the holidays? It is November 8th, Sunday. So Thanksgiving will be here before we know it. And then the next day, it seems, is Christmas. And boom. February. At least that's what I'm hoping. I really don't like the dark gray months of January and February. I have to be at work at 6 in the morning, so it's usually dark when I leave for work, and then it's dark when I come home, and that's just depressing. So I don't look forward to it. It's just something that I will have to get through. I need to make myself go outside at lunch no matter how cold it is. So, but anyway, that's January. So I was going to mention that I've had some great feedback on the special planning episode that I did, where I did 7 2-page spreads, just putting some sticker and washi and things on pages to get ready for the journaling. If you would like to see more like that, let me know. If you have something special you'd like for me to figure out, let me know. If I don't know, I know how to ask, so that's what we will do. All right. First, in my crafting world, this is a sock yarn blanket square that I made for the month. Isn't that pretty? I just love that yarn. I overdyed this. It was just your standard Hobby Lobby brand or whatever sock yarn, and I dumped it in some green and red dye and made it very beautiful. I think, to me, this is gorgeousness. So I did that for my Harry Potter knitting and crochet group. And then, of course, this is my my Paola Tunisian crochet scarf that I'm making. Where is it? This little red stitch marker, that's where I was last week when I talked to you. So I've really made a lot of progress, but it still doesn't look that great, does it? I will have a still shot of it in the flip through part, so you can take a look at it and admire it as long as you like. If you need to steal that picture and use it for your background on your computer, I understand. I mean, it looks camouflagey, doesn't it? The name of the colorway, this is No Maker's Yarn, and the colorway is Dean Winchester. So I just wanted to show you that. That is living in this bag, and it hangs on a hook right here beside my chair. Capital M, capital C, my chair. Because it's where I spend my time when I'm at home. And you know, if you've been watching, that this is my hitchhiker. It now has, these little things like ocean wave crests are teeth, is what she calls them in her pattern, Martina Beim, B-E-I-H-M. I now have 30 teeth. The pattern says there will be 41. I'm just going to go until I run out of yarn. but it's very enjoyable to work on. I can watch a podcast or a movie or a TV show or something like that. I am really enjoying it. It's just, this has got to be done, and so does my Paola, and a chunky crochet basket, which I should be able to knock that out in 2 days. But the hitchhiker lives in my Coco Pelli bag. That is the extent of my crafting for the week. I will flip the camera around and do the flip through for you of my journal and my planner. Before I forget, I haven't mentioned my reading in a couple weeks. I have finished Ready Player One. That was very good. And then I started listening to A Visit from the Goon Squad, and that's by Jennifer Egan, E-G-A-N. I don't know why, but I was thinking that was going to be sci-fi, spooky. I don't know. I went back and read the little blurb, to get you to buy the book, and I don't know where I got that from. It was not sci-fi. It may have been experimental in that every chapter was told through a different voice, and you have to kind of figure out which voice it is and when it is and where it is. But they're characters, and after a minute or two, you figure out who it is. And I went back and listened to the beginning of the chapter once. Oh, that's her. Okay. Where is she? What is she doing? But I mean, it was very interesting. I enjoyed it a lot. It does require you to pay attention, and I found it very enjoyable. So I'll just say that, and I would recommend it. A Visit from the Goon Squad by Jennifer Egan. Let's see, is that all I want to talk to you about before I turn it around and do my flip through? Okay? You don't have to do anything, but just, you may want to rest your eyes or something while I get that set up. Hold on just a second. Okay, we're ready for the flip through portion of the podcast. This is one of the areas that I walk my dogs along every day. That's what it looked like earlier in the week. Later in the week, we got a rain that practically knocked all the leaves off the trees, so I'm glad I snapped this when I did. It was really beautiful. All right, I just have my few things that I have crafted during the week. This is that blanket square, and I just, again, love those colors. There is the hitchhiker with its 30 teeth now, so I really enjoy it. I wish I didn't feel the deadline looming over me, but you see that now each row is the length of the cable on my circular needles, and I think from one tooth to the next it's taken about 2 hours now. And this is the Paola, and I was wrong earlier in the other portion when I said that the stitch marker was where we were last week. It was a ruler. Remember, I had used, or you don't, that's okay. But it was 12 inches long last week. So now, from the ruler and beyond, I've done this during this week. And I do mean to move my stitch marker up. These are some of the stash enhancements or presents from the Great Pumpkin, if we want to go that way. We had a Joann's about 30 minutes away from us closed last year, and it stayed closed for about a year. And then it just reopened, and it's probably twice the size it was. It's a much nicer store. So I went with my daughter and grandson to the newly opened Joann's, and all I got were the doilies and those Sharpie pens. And I ordered, excuse me, I ordered some Moleskine, notebooks the last time I got anything from Amazon, because I have decided I really don't like I don't like the dot journals, and I like the paper in the Moleskine better than in anything else. So I'm going to stick with that. Um, well, I like field note journals too, field note notebooks and Moleskine. That's it for me that I've decided. I had been going back and forth over wanting one of the super duper silhouette machines that does the super cutting out of your stickers and stuff. They're from $250 to $300, and I really wanted one, but I couldn't justify it to myself. So I got the Create a Sticker machine from Xyron. It was $20 on Amazon, and so there's quite a price difference there. And I had a ball with this thing. It's too easy. You just put your picture or whatever you want to turn into a sticker right there. It's got a knob that you turn, and then stickers come out. I I printed pictures. I printed some clip art that I plan to use in my journals, and it just it just rolls right out. And I tried to keep stuff pretty close together so that I wouldn't waste the paper film stuff. But it's just like a regular sticker, and you just peel it off, and it is fabulous. I wish I'd had one of these when I was a kid. I love it. I'm sure if I had gotten one of the silhouettes, I I would be singing its praises. But for something that you paid $20 for, you take it out of the box and you are instantly using it. There's no learning curve, there's no software, none of that. You just put your picture in and turn the handle, period. And it comes out on the other side like a sticker. I, I'm speechless. It's so fabulous. It is just so fabulous. Also, during the week, I had two peachy cheap deals come be delivered. They do. They take about 3 weeks to come, and you, from the time you order it until the time it comes in, you kind of forget about it. Each one of their deals, and that's what they call them, are $7.99 or $8.99, and then it's $3 or $4 for shipping. So they come in right around $12, and so this is one of them. And this is just some summer items. The stamp there has summer phrases on it, washi, number stamps, stickers, and a sticky pad, and that was $11. I don't think you could do that in a store for $11. So that's one. And this is another. This is the Silent Night October afternoon package that came. It had two Christmas washies. I don't like the little tags on the that are. I'm sorry for the reflection, because they leave an imprint in your book, and I don't really like that. So I don't know. If you love those things, send me a message or something, and I'll send them to you, because I really don't like them, and I will not use them in my journal. So I don't know. I guess maybe if they're sticky on the back, I could use them for earrings or something. I had heard about Redbubble. I don't know if you have. If not, it is a website where artists make their art available. They have stickers, which these are large size stickers. Each one is probably 3 or 4 inches across. And I've got one of a bear that I've already moved off and put on on one of my journals, so you'll see that. But I was very pleased with them. I was very pleased with the quality, the speed that it got here. And so really they have all kinds of things. Like you can get, like if I wanted that, the bear made into a t-shirt or a journal, a blank journal. I think it's t-shirts, journals, stickers, maybe a lucite tray, maybe something like that. But anyway, it's redbubble.com. So I recommend them, and the quality was is excellent. Felicia in Fobonichi Journalers Facebook group issued a challenge this week to list the top 10 things that you must have for your Fobonichi or journal or whatever. And I really tried to come up with 10 things, but I couldn't. I've got to have my journal with my inserts in it, and I want a multicolor pen, or I want multicolored pens, whatever. But I want some opportunity to change colors. And that's it, really. I, I'm okay. A lot of times when I'm journaling, I'll just go away and write and write and write. And then I'll go back later and add a sticker or some washi or something to make it pretty. I don't have to have those things to make me happy. They do make me happy, okay? But this is all I have to have. This is it. And everything else is fluff. And so there's nothing else I have to have. How many times am I going to say that? Never mind. I need my journal with its inserts and a pen. Okay, to the flip through. This is the beginning of my November journal insert. This I did do a little advanced prettying up and just put some stickers and washi in it. Oh, I was going to mention, a couple weeks ago I got these little kawaii stickers from Japan. I have been loving, with a capital L, these little bear stickers. So I'm trying to use one on every page now. They truly make me happy. And this month I've also decided to go back and use the Lister's Got a List prompt from the Reset Girl. I started off doing that, but then I stopped. I had it in a separate notebook, and I've decided this time to just put 3 answers to the list on a page as I get to it. So this was first, second, and third Lister's Got a List, and then just incorporate it in my regular journal. See the little bears? They're just so tiny. They're just too cute. And then another page with Lister's Got a List, 4, 5, and 6. Neat. And the weekend banner, that was some clip art that I had printed, and I just ran it through my Xyron sticker maker. Oh, it is so cute. It is just, and you just peel it off and stick it on there. So good. And then I've started my Lister's Got a List for the 7th and 8th, and I've got to do the 9th, and then I'm ready to keep journaling. I used dark stickers for the dates there, and then I got out a yellow jelly roll pen to make the dates. And then if you look on the right side of the page, you can see where I closed it up before it was wet and it got on the other side. So that matters not at all. I took the Lister's Got a List and printed it out and then just stuck it in the back of my journal insert. And that's so I don't have to look it up somewhere else when I'm wondering what's the prompt for today. So it's in the back of my journal, along with my crafting list, how much I craft every day, and then my Ravelry prompts and the Harry Potter Knitting and Crochet Group challenges on the back cover. And this month I'm going to really focus on getting my big things finished, and then I will work on other stuff, I think, because it's really imperative that I get those finished. Okay, that's the back of a dashboard on the left that's got a picture of my dogs, Bella and Lucky. And then there's the bear sticker that I was mentioning, so you can see that's on the front of my 3.5 by 5.5 calendar insert. So you see that that bear is really big. It's not a little sticker. So, and it's, to me, it's absolutely beautiful. Love. Okay, this is November, and I like November here because it's nice and quiet, not much going on, and then I've got a week off coming up, so that's a good thing. This is the week that I am finishing up today, and I made a conscious effort to keep it neater and not just scribble all over the place when I added notes. So it's much neater than it usually is for me. So I was pleased with myself, and I'm going to try to continue that and keep my weekly pages neat. This is this coming week, starting tomorrow, with my little tracker down at the bottom where I track my mood. Did I take my prescription medicine? Did I exercise? Did I journal? Did I art? Did I craft? Did I post something to Instagram or Facebook? And what time did I go to bed? This has helped me put my bedtime, because I really hate going to bed at night. But then I have to get up at 6 in the morning to go to work, and it's just imperative that I go to bed before. I really need to go to bed about 10:30, and I hate that. I hate it. I want to stay up till at least midnight. But then I am really miserably sleepy at work the next day. So, as long as I've got to go to work, I've got to go to sleep at night. Okay, this is my art journal. And when I opened this notebook, I realized that I had some of my these are my first ever Zentangles. These are the first ones I ever did. Just pulled up the website tanglepatterns.com, and there was one called Phicops, Phicops. I don't know. That's what I'm going with. And those were my first attempts. So I figured I wanted to make sure I kept them. Didn't want to throw them away. So there they are. And then just some patterns that I've started here. That was the 1st of November. Then they've released a new Zentangle pattern called Gorgeous. See, Gorgeous. See? And then I tried that, and I practiced it and made it 4 times, and I was pretty pleased with it by the time it was done. So these are some more of my Zentangle fun. Felicia in the Fauxbonichi Journalers group also said, "What's your favorite meal ever?" And draw. I don't know if she said draw it or if my brain just told me I had to. So anyway, it's a grilled hamburger patty, grilled, preferably by my dad, because he always gets mine right. Crispy French fries and a great big salad with lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, green peppers, cheese, whatever. I love a big salad, so that was kind of fun to draw that, because I'm not any type of an artist, but I was pleased. This was the 5 on Fridays challenge in the Faubernici Journalers group, and I had to incorporate some gift wrap, something you love, and you see my dogs and my daughter and grandson. That my heart is there, and then to use letter stickers for the name. If you could pick any name, I would pick my name I have, Jennifer. I was in second grade at school before I ever met another Jennifer. And so I thought I was weird. And for a long time, I wanted to be Jenny, but I'm just not a Jenny. So I like it. I'm very happy with my name. Although I went through a phase, of course, where I hated everything. Then to celebrate Bonfire Night in the UK, I made a fire. And then to draw some stickers out of a hat. I've got my stickers in little photo albums from the dollar store, and so I just let that flap open to an open page, and then I took that, and so that's where the stars and the paperclip came from, paperclips. So that I always am pleased with the 5 on Fridays prompt. And when I think about it, the draw your own favorite meal, that may have been the Diva challenge for the week. I don't remember. I apologize. And then once I was so excited with my name, I went to one of those websites where you can type something in and it'll show it to you in different fonts. So I practiced that and just to see what it would give me, and I was happy with that. That was fun. This was a new, they call them strings, but it's like a blank pattern that then you fill up with your Zentangles. So here it is blank, and here it is the way I filled it up. Before I put the red on there, it was just, I don't know, it looked too jumbled to me. Like you couldn't tell where the pieces were. So I think it makes that look more like strips that are woven now. So that made me happy. As always, you can find me as gojenn on Ravelry, Instagram, and YouTube. And thanks for spending the time with me today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please come back next week. I will be here again. And until you do, I wish you a week filled with lots of love and laughter. Thanks.